the 5 main pension news. Subscribe to stay informed. How UK government is fighting for your pension rights. The UK government has proposed plans to give employers access to surplus funds in pension schemes while ensuring that trustees make responsible and non-risky decisions. The current consultation seeks to enable employers to use the surplus funds that have accumulated in defined benefit plans, which cater to approximately 10 million members. Over the past 18 months, the funding situation for defined benefit schemes has significantly improved, mainly due to the rise in interest rates. This increase has led to a reduction in the costs or liabilities associated with these pensions. According to the UK's Pension Protection Fund, the total surplus of the country's 5,100 pension schemes amounted to around £428 billion at the end of December. During a parliamentary committee hearing, Paul Maynard, the pensions minister, faced questions from MPs regarding the potential benefits of allowing employers to access the surplus funds and how it would enhance the security for members who rely on their pensions for a stable income throughout their lives. Maynard acknowledged that the current state of pensions is positive, as more than half of them are fully funded, which is an encouraging situation. Maynard emphasized that if surpluses can be utilized to ensure the solvency of employers supporting the schemes, it would be considered beneficial. However, Nigel Mills, a committee member, expressed concerns that relying too heavily on current funding positions could lead to unnecessary risks and a precarious situation in the future. In response, Maynard assured that the government is actively working on safeguarding members' interests during the extraction of surplus funds. He emphasized the need to prevent trustees from making overly risky decisions and reiterated the government's aim to avoid any inappropriate risks taken by pension schemes. Bim Afalami, the economic secretary to the Treasury, also spoke before the committee and stressed the importance of having a robust regulatory framework to govern the extraction of surplus funds. Afalami highlighted the need for caution when dealing with surpluses and stated that a long-term perspective is necessary, rather than assuming everything will be fine indefinitely. Cameron McCulloch, a partner at law firm Pinsent Masons, welcomed the government's plans if implemented correctly. He explained that surpluses often exist due to employers contributing more than the required amount to cover scheme liabilities. McCulloch stated that it seems appropriate for employers to be able to retrieve surplus funds in such cases, provided that the benefits of scheme members remain adequately protected. Now we move on to the next important news. You could get £12,383 back from DWP this year. Check if you're on the list. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there existed a group of individuals who had dedicated their lives to serving the greater good of society. These selfless individuals were known as state pensioners, and their unwavering commitment deservedly earned them payouts from the Department for Work and Pensions, DWP. These payouts were not insignificant, with some receiving up to £12,383 each year. However, it came to light that an unfortunate oversight had occurred, leading to a great injustice for a large number of women. The DWP discovered that these women had been underpaid their state pension, and steps were immediately taken to rectify this error. Between the months of January 2021 and October 2023, a staggering 82,323 underpayments were identified, requiring a total payout of £497 million. Among those affected were 37,488 married pensioners, who were each granted an average payment of £5,931. These individuals had tirelessly supported and nurtured their relationships, only to be denied their rightful entitlement. Additionally, over 26,940 people over the age of 80 found solace in receiving an average payment of £2,245. These wise souls had contributed to society for a lifetime, and it was heartening to witness them finally receiving what they had been denied for so long. Undoubtedly, the most poignant figures were the 17,894 widowed retirees. Each of these individuals, having experienced the sorrow of loss, were rewarded with an average payment of £12,383. It was a bittersweet victory, for while they could never be fully compensated for their emotional anguish, The financial remuneration provided a small glimmer of hope. In total, an astonishing £1.17 billion was set aside for these deserving retirees. It is estimated that approximately 170,000 pensioners have yet to claim the money owed to them. The government and the DWP have acknowledged their responsibilities and are working tirelessly to ensure that every eligible individual receives their rightful payout. In order to understand the scope of the underpayments, it is necessary to delve into the three distinct categories that were affected. The first category, known as Cat BL, or Category BL, encompassed individuals who had reached state pension age before April 6, 2016, and were either married or in a civil partnership. These individuals were entitled to a Category BL uplift based on their partner's national insurance contributions. Unfortunately, many in this category were denied this uplift and were thus unjustly underpaid. The second category comprised individuals who had experienced a heartbreaking loss, the loss of their spouse. These widowed retirees should have seen an increase in their state pension to include any amounts they were entitled to inherit from their late husband, wife, or civil partner. However, due to an oversight, their pensions remained unaffected, leading to further underpayments and a continuation of their financial struggles. Last but not least, the third category, known as Cat D or Category D, included individuals who had reached the age of 80. These individuals were already receiving a basic state pension, albeit less than £85 per week in 2022 and 2023. However, they were eligible for a Cat D state pension of £85 per week, provided they satisfied the appropriate residency conditions. Unfortunately, many in this group were unaware of their entitlement and consequently received less than what they deserved. The narrative of these underpayments paints a somber picture. Yet, amidst the darkness, a flicker of hope emerges. The DWP and the government have acknowledged their mistakes and have taken swift action to rectify the situation. They are tirelessly working to ensure that all pensioners who are owed money receive their rightful payouts. In this tale of injustice and redemption, we have witnessed the power of resilience, perseverance, and compassion. The state pensioners, who have dedicated their lives to the betterment of society, finally have the opportunity to reap the rewards they so greatly deserve. It is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the triumph of justice. And so, we eagerly anticipate the day when every underpaid pensioner is made whole, and their stories can be written with the happy ending they have long awaited. Now let's move on to the third important news of today's edition. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the news. Don't miss out on winter fuel payment. Claim it before it's too late. The Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, has recently announced that over £4.8 billion worth of winter fuel payments and pensioner cost of living payments have been made to approximately 11.9 million eligible pensioner households in the UK. These tax-free cash payments, totaling up to £600, are intended to assist pensioners with their energy bills and overall household budgets during the winter season. According to the DWP, nearly 99% of all eligible payments have already been disbursed, with the remaining recipients expected to receive their payments throughout the current month. Individuals who have not yet received their payments by January 26, 2024, are advised to contact the Winter Fuel Payment Center, as they may need to submit a claim for their entitlement. To identify the payment, pensioners are urged to carefully review their bank statements for the reference number, which should start with their national insurance number, followed by DWP-WFP. Only after confirming the absence of this reference number should individuals reach out to the DWP for further assistance. While the majority of pensioners will receive their winter fuel payment automatically, there are circumstances in which individuals may need to make a claim. If they have not previously received the payment and do not receive benefits or a state pension, they must make a claim. Additionally, individuals who solely receive adult disability payment, housing benefit, council tax reduction, child benefit, or universal credit also need to make a claim. Furthermore, those residing in Switzerland or eligible EEA countries must submit a claim. For individuals who have previously received a winter fuel payment, they only need to make a claim if, since their last payment, they have deferred their state pension or relocated to Switzerland or an eligible EEA country. There are two methods available to make a claim for the winter fuel payment: postal or over the phone. To claim by post, individuals must complete a winter fuel payment claim form and send it to the Winter Fuel Payment Center. The form and address details can be found on Gov. UK. Alternatively, individuals can contact the Winter Fuel Payment Center directly on 800-731-0160 to make a claim over the phone. It is essential to have the national insurance number, bank or building society details, and the date of marriage or civil partnership, if applicable, ready before making the call. Reflecting on the progress of payments, Work and Pensions Secretary Mel Stride emphasized their commitment to supporting pensioners during the colder months. He stated that they have quickly provided £4.8 billion in direct support to millions of pensioners, while also tackling inflation and enhancing the state pension through the triple lock mechanism to ensure continued support for individuals who have spent their lives working. Minister for Pensions Paul Maynard expressed satisfaction that 99% of eligible recipients have received the winter fuel payment, urging low-income pensioners who do not currently receive pension credit to assess their eligibility. By doing so, they could potentially increase their annual income by an average of £3,900. To quickly determine eligibility for pension credit, individuals can use the online pension credit calculator on Gov. UK or call the Pension Credit Helpline directly at 0800 99 1234. The calculator requires information regarding earnings, benefits, pensions, savings, and investments. It lists a range of questions with multiple choice answers, including details about age, residential status, current benefits, employment earnings, and savings. After providing the necessary information, the calculator displays an estimate of the weekly benefit amount. Individuals can then follow the link to the application page to obtain an accurate assessment from the DWP, as well as access to additional financial support. However, there are certain cases where the pension credit calculator cannot be used. These include situations where individuals or their partners are deferring their state pension, own multiple properties, are self-employed, or have housing costs not covered by housing benefit, such as service charges or crown tenant rent. The application for pension credit can be made up to 4 months before reaching state pension age, with the possibility of backdating the claim for up to 3 months. Applicants will need their national insurance number, MEL, income details, savings and investment information, and bank account details if applying by phone or post. Overall, the provision of winter fuel payments and pensioner cost of living payments aims to support pensioners during the winter season, ensuring their well-being and financial stability. By raising awareness of available benefits such as winter fuel payment and pension credit, the DWP seeks to alleviate the financial burden on pensioners and enhance their quality of life. There are 2 important news left in this edition. Stay with us. Why pensions are going green to save the planet. The research conducted by AlphaReal reveals that the primary driver for pension schemes and insurers in investing in renewable energy is the pursuit of achieving net zero carbon emissions. When asked about the main environmental, social, and governance (ESG) factors that influence their investment decisions, 72% of respondents selected measurable targets and benefits, including achieving net zero carbon emissions by 2050 as one of their top 3 choices. Following closely, climate risk mitigation was identified as the second most significant ESG driver by 71% of the survey participants, while 65% mentioned energy security, job creation, and economic growth as key motivators for investing in renewable energy. Furthermore, more than half, 57%, stated that investing in renewable energy aided them in complying with environmental conventions and regulatory frameworks. For over a third, 35% of respondents, the renewable energy asset class aligned with their ESG investment values. Remarkably, 93% of those surveyed had already declared a net zero target, showing their commitment to combating climate change. Out of the remaining 7%, they are still in the process of establishing such targets. In terms of time frame, when asked about their expected achievement of net zero targets, half of the respondents, 50%, anticipated reaching their goals within the next 5 years. Meanwhile, 44% expected to achieve their targets within 5 to 10 years, 3% estimated reaching the targets within 10 to 20 years, and 3% had already successfully reached their respective goals. Maria Vagione, Senior ESG Associate at Alpha Real, expressed her enthusiasm for the results. It is extremely encouraging that so many pension funds and insurers have announced a net zero target, and that ESG investments are being selected with regard to measurable targets and benefits. Investors clearly recognize that renewable energy is an excellent way to align with net zero targets and contribute to the green transition. Echoing Vagione's sentiment, Raza Ali, Investment Director of Renewable Infrastructure at Alpha Real, emphasized the significance of renewable energy in helping UK pension funds and insurers achieve their net zero carbon emissions goals by 2050. He believes that these organizations are on track and that renewable energy investments play a vital role in their success. The findings from Alpha Real's research highlight the strong commitment and awareness within the pension and insurance sectors regarding the urgent need to transition to sustainable and renewable energy sources. The pursuit of net zero targets is driving them to invest in renewable energy, not only to align with these goals, but also to mitigate climate risks and promote job creation and economic growth. With such positive momentum, it is clear that these organizations are actively contributing to a greener future. We move on to the last news of this edition. How a simple campaign motivated 5 million people to boost their savings. In a stunning revelation, surveys conducted following the Pension Awareness Campaign, led by the Pensions and Lifetime Savings Association, PLSA, and the Association of British Insurers, ABI, have shown that a staggering 85% of individuals who were exposed to the campaign took action as a direct result. This remarkable statistic implies that over 5 million employees were motivated to pay attention to their pension during the campaign's second year. Uncovering the specifics of the respondents' actions, it was found that 51% of them accessed their pension account, highlighting their newfound engagement. Additionally, 44% sought advice from family members, while 40% actively sought out pension information, displaying a genuine desire to inform themselves further. Having garnered support from 13 major pension providers across the industry, the PLSA and ABI, along with the beloved TV presenter and broadcaster, Timmy Mallett, successfully launched the second year of the campaign in September 2023. Mallett, known for his iconic characters Mallett's Mallet and Pinky Punky, lent his support to the cause, captivating audiences and driving them to pensionattention.co.uk, where they could participate in the pensions playback. This interactive game show format served as a guide to help savers assess their current position on their pensions journey and determine the next steps they needed to take. Reflecting on the campaign's impact, Joe Dabrowski, PLSA's Deputy Director of Policy, emphasized the significance of Mallett's presence in evoking nostalgia among viewers and inspiring introspection regarding their own pension planning efforts over the years. The campaign had extensive reach, utilizing various platforms, including social media channels, digital billboards, and radio ads played on stations popular during the 80s and 90s, ensuring a widespread audience. However, beyond the mere accessibility of the campaign, what truly matters is the tangible change it brought about in people's behavior. The joint efforts of PLSA, ABI, Pension Geeks, and National Pension Tracing Day resulted in a collaboration that amplified the campaign's message. This productive alliance and the support of sponsors were instrumental in making the campaign a success. Looking towards the future, the team aims to build on this achievement and make an even more substantial impact in the upcoming year. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the important news.